After Hours, a little bit of a special edition of After Hours. The first thing, as you've obviously already noticed, is I am doing this from my home office again rather than the studio where I normally make After Hours. That's not for any special reason other than I forgot to take the tripod back in this morning. Part of me being scatterbrained at times or too focused on something else. But secondly, I wanted to take it not so much to talk about the teaching from this week as to prepare us and look forward to Advent 2023, the Advent that we're about to enter in on, and kind of give us a little bit of a foretaste of what that looks like. Advent for 2023 is going to begin this Sunday, December the 3rd. And as I mentioned briefly this morning, what we're going to be looking at in this Advent is Christ the True and Better. That's the title of the series. We're going to be seeing how Jesus is the focus and fulfillment of the various people and institutions and events in the Old Testament, looking at it. And we're going to show in every case how Jesus is better than the Old Testament type and shadow, and what we're going to be doing in doing that. This is all kind of based on, there's a worship song that we have learned in recent months called Christ the True and Better. We're going to be kind of riffing off of the ideas that are presented in that song. It's full of great theology. We'll be talking about that coming up. I'll write a blog post about it and you can see a link and start listening to the song. But we're going to take this idea and expand it out. And there's several things that I think are going to make this time special. We're going to have the 4 Sunday meetings. And in each one of them, we're going to be looking first at Christ as the true and better man, the true human, which is Jesus as the second Adam compared to the first Adam. Secondly, we're going to look at Christ as the true and better son and sacrifice, the sacrificial son, which is comparing and contrasting him with Isaac. Thirdly, we'll be looking at Christ as the true and better deliverer, which is comparing him with Moses. And then finally, Christ is the true and better king, comparing and contrasting him with King David. And then we'll wrap that up with a special Christmas Eve service. But there's a few other things that are going to make this special during the time. Number one, we're going to have the Advent choir. I was listening to them practice again this morning. It's always a precious time when our choir comes together. They've been working really hard to sing, and they'll be presenting some songs that kind of, many of them are able to go along with this theme. We're going to hear a really old song the very first week about Adam and how Adam's transgression has led to Christ coming as the second Adam. It's a really great song, Adam He Lay Bounden. I'll be looking forward to all of those with the choir. Secondly, each week we're going to have Advent candle lightings, the readings and the prayers, each gathering, getting different individuals and families involved in doing that. That's always a special time to read God's word together and to be reminded that Christ has come as the light of the world. Thirdly, on December the 10th, the second Sunday in Advent, the children are going to be doing a special skit and actually kind of leading our singing that morning. The choir won't sing that Sunday, and the worship team is not going to be doing things. The kids are going to be leading us that morning, which will be really, really special. Thirdly, we're going to have each day a daily devotional. A number of different folks in the church are coming together. It's like 6 or 7 different folks who come together and are filming short daily devotionals. So every day you're going to be able to join in, and all of us in the church can watch those together. The very first one that I'll be doing is going to be on Christ the True and Better Abel. We're not only going to be doing it on the Sundays, this is going to give us a chance to look at 18 other things in the Old Testament to show how they all pointed forward to Jesus, how he is the focus and the fulfillment. It's going to include people, it's going to include events in the Old Testament, sacrifices, different things to show how they point forward to Jesus and are fulfilled in him. So I think those devotionals are going to be really exciting. And we're also going to have different speakers each Sunday coming up. Tony Marshall will be teaching on December the 3rd. Philip Moore, who has preached a number of times at our church. He was part of our congregation when he was a student at St. John's. He's now getting his PhD in New Testament studies. He's going to be coming in and teaching the teaching regarding Jesus as the greater son of sacrifice, the greater Isaac, and looking at that. David Baser will be teaching on the 17th, and then on the 24th, I'll be doing both teachings. But it's going to be great to have different voices being able to speak to us. So it's a lot of special activities. And then we're going to conclude all of this with a special Christmas Eve service. It's a very traditional service where we're singing Christmas carols, we're lighting the candles, passing the light to one another, just wrapping up the entire Advent celebration to lead into each of us as individuals and families being able to celebrate on Christmas morning. I'm really excited about this. I hope you will be too, to begin preparing yourself for Advent, us focusing on Jesus coming for us and for our salvation, and noting again with what we just talked about this past Sunday, he's prepared the way for us to enter into eternal glory. All of that begins with him coming and being incarnate, and we're preparing the way to celebrate that over the next 4 weeks. I hope you'll look forward to it and join in each and every day, and let the true reason why we're celebrating the coming of Jesus Christ for our salvation ring throughout these final weeks of 2023. I hope you have a great week and look forward to us getting a reminder each and every Sunday during Advent. Come early, stay late, enjoy time of worship and fellowship. Have a great week. God bless.